IT support and or IT help desk is by far one of the most AI-proof jobs in the technology industry. Absolutely. It's not going away anytime soon, or it's not being replaced by machines in the next 40 to 50 years. hmm And I'm so confident when I say this. You may be asking why, right? You may be asking, why am I so confident to come up with that kind of statement? I'll explain in a few. Real quick, if you're new here, my name is REOD Juiced from juicytech.com. Juicytech.com. I'll leave the website's name in the box below. Be sure to join our email list. You can find the email list in our on the website, juicytech.com. Again, you can find it in the description box below down there. Let's keep talking. So, again, IT support, IT help desk. It's not being replaced anytime soon by AI. Now, I'm sure you have been paying attention to the news and just everything that's going on lately in terms of the tech industry and how many jobs have been replaced by a machine already. A lot of jobs such as software engineering, software developer, most management roles like project manager, these jobs have been replaced by artificial intelligence already in 2025, right? And this is not going to be a thing or an issue if you work as an IT support specialist or help desk. Or if you're looking to obtain those jobs, you're safe. I don't see IT support or help desk get replaced by a machine in the next 40 to 50 years. Let me explain why. Okay, this may sound kind of funny, but I put IT support, that job, in the same category as a police officer. I told you this is going to sound kind of silly, but I put IT support in that same category as a police officer, a construction worker, a plumber, an electrician, a roofer, right? Someone that works in the HVAC. Hope I said that right. HVAC. But yeah. Now, you may be asking, what sense does that make? How does IT have anything to do with those jobs that you just mentioned? How is it in the same category? Let me explain to you, please. And I hope you have not turned off this video yet and gone somewhere else. But let me explain to you how these jobs are the same. The same, air quote, the same. Now, the reason why I put them all in the same category, right, is because in order for those jobs to be performed, police officer, IT support, construction worker, a roofer, an electrician, a plumber, these jobs, right, are only able to be performed by humans. I'll say it one more time. The jobs I just mentioned are only able to be performed by humans. With a little sprinkle of AI, this little dash of AI, right? But the job has to be done by humans. That's why those jobs, or IT support, I'll say, isn't going anywhere, excuse me, right? It's not going anywhere anytime soon because what I just said. Now, again, I work in IT support. I'm a tier 2 specialist. My job duties every now and then requires some type of physical labor. Air quote, physical labor. What does that mean? Well, in order for my job to be performed, a human being every now and then has to pick up something like a device, right? Someone has to pick up a device and transport it somewhere, or configure it, or whatever. Someone has to physically do this. Someone has to go in there and go into the settings, operate the device physically. And those hardware or devices could be anything from a computer, laptop, a desktop, a switch, a patch panel, a router, a modem, a NIC, cables, obviously. Yeah. Every now and then, my job requires those things. Typing, well, typing could be done by AI. Let's be real. But sometimes my job consists of me going to meet another human being, right? For example, if someone puts in a ticket for whatever reason, like maybe they're requesting a software, or maybe they're requesting assistance, maybe there's an incident, something's broken, right? Sometimes my job requires me to go and meet that human being in person and troubleshoot whatever issue they're having. It could be there for a lot of reasons. That was so loud. That was a car, my goodness. For a lot of reasons, I get tickets where people need access to print from a machine, but they're not able to print from that printer because someone has to manually add that printer on their desktop, right? Or computer, or laptop, excuse me. You can do that either virtually or in person. Sometimes it requires you to do it in person. So I have to go there and actually operate their computer and manually add the printer to their device. Hope I'm making sense to you. The whole point is someone has to physically perform that actual thing, right? That situation to fix it. AI can't do that yet. Sometimes my job consists of me taking the elevator to go see someone, take the staircase to go see someone, sometimes even drive somewhere or fly somewhere. Just like a job of a police officer requires someone to physically go and arrest someone, AI can't do that yet, or a robot. We're not there yet. It's going to be decades of that to be a reality. Hope I'm making sense. The same thing goes for a roofer. Someone has to physically go up there and, fix the roof. Or someone that's a plumber have to go and fix a toilet or a plumbing system, whatever. Pipes. And you hear this car? Oh my God. That sound. What's crazy? It's so loud, and it's just a slow vehicle. It's not going anywhere. I'm not laughing at them, but hear it? That's crazy. A freaking car alarm went off. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. You stay here, insane. Anyway, hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. This is why IT support is AI proof. It requires, a lot of times, it does require physical labor. Depending on the job, the employer, maybe you work from home. I don't know what's your situation, but for a lot of reasons or situations, you may have to go and physically perform something, a job duty. Hope I'm making sense. But compare my job, IT support, to a software engineer or developer, maybe someone that's a front end, developer, someone that creates apps or software. It's just a front end. That could be done now by machine, right? A machine like ChatGPT or Copilot, DeepSeek. You know what I mean? This is now possible to perform. There's software that can now automate codes. It can manage the code. It can, of course, write the code. It could design the whole application for you and have the actual code of that, software or app. That was once someone's job. That was once someone's job. I went to a coding boot camp and I got a taste of how it works. Just trying to design something. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of freaking work. Depending on what you're trying to build, obviously. APIs connecting to this, connecting the front end to the back end, using JSON or JavaScript, deploy it to AWS. It's a process using Docker. It's a lot of fun, but that's now been replaced by a machine. And that's the truth. Not all engineers are replaced, but now you are replaceable because machines cannot do a better job than you in 2025. It's not perfect now, but it's getting a lot better. It's becoming a lot more accurate, and it is an option now, and it's less costly. It's less of a risk in terms of hiring an actual human being, where now you have to deal with PTO and asking for a 6-figure pay or maybe $80,000 a year pay. It's too much, especially in today's world where the economy is not the strongest. Most jobs are not really profiting like they once were. And if they are profiting, they much rather lay off people and keep the money that they were going to pay you anyway as an engineer or a developer and go invest in something else that costs less money and make them more money. That makes sense to them, not you, because you're the employee. So it is a lot of different reasons why this is happening, of people being laid off. But AI does play a huge role in that now. Top 3 reasons why you're being laid off or losing your job or you can't find work. I have friends that work in IT. No one's laid off. They all have jobs, literally. I have friends that work in IT. They all have jobs. Cybersecurity, network engineering, system admin, right? Support, management. But my friends who are working as engineers or a developer, they can't find work. It's hard for them to find work. Not all of them, but most of them can't find work. Can't find work. So if you're looking to become a tech worker, I would suggest IT support. You are going to be safe in terms of not losing your job from a machine. You are very safe because the job needs someone to. Most jobs, not all IT jobs are like this, but most of them does require some type of physical labor. You are connecting cables into something, you're replacing something, you're installing, configuring something, you're working with a printer. A human being has to be there to get that done, not a machine, not a robot. It's not realistic. Robots are not going to start taking staircases, a freaking elevator to go see someone. It's not happening. Not anytime soon, at least. Not anytime soon, at least. So, yeah, it is a very, very AI-proof job right now. And I'm just happy. I'm happy I never decided to become a software engineer. I kind of saw this coming back in 2022. I saw this coming. When I was in boot camp, I saw this coming. I really did. People thought I were crazy. There were people leaving comments like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Humans cannot lose their jobs from a machine. You know, they always need a human touch. This is true. This is very true. Very accurate. They just don't need that many of you anymore. That's what you're not saying. A few of you are needed, not everybody. Because now the machines can handle your basic job as a coder. HTML, CSS, that's all the machine's job now. So, hope I'm making sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I post on LinkedIn. I post on TikTok. I post on Instagram. So if you have any questions or any reason to want to contact me, feel free to do so on those platforms. Again, join the email list when you get a chance. It's on the website, juicytech.com. Let me get back to work. Much love to you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was valuable. I'm out here. Peace out.